That pink Power Ranger suit is so iconic. What was it like suiting up for the first time?
Literally, I think at the time, it was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be wearing pink spandex on national television. What have I gotten myself into?
Do you still have the Power Ranger moves, Amy Jo?
Oh, well, no. I do not. I do not.
Okay.
It sticks to Pilates at this point.
I mean, you represented girl power in the 90s, which is going to be an incredible part of your legacy.
I didn't understand what Kimberly represented until more recently. And so Kimberly wasn't Amy Jo, but it's really cool to have played a character that inspired so many girls in that way. It's probably one of the biggest blessings in my life,
Really?
Honestly.
And you have a sweet little memento in your hand.
I do, it's my little fidget toy.
Yeah?
My Pink Ranger. I get so many Power Ranger gifts.
Yeah?
Some people give me their toys from when they were kids. Nobody knew. The show, like the longevity that it would have and the impact that it would have on so many kids. Power Rangers! When I go to conventions and I meet people that grew up on Power Rangers, I feel like a lot of kids' babysitter, because I think that that's what we were. We were a lot of kids' friends, people who were bullied in school, people who were going through, parents were getting divorced or whatever. I think we ended up meaning so much to these kids because we were there, we were consistent, we were there every day.
It's morphin' time.
Check out Amy Jo's OG Power Ranger icon status by the numbers. 138 episodes, 3 movies, 57 conventions, and 4 comic books. She says she actually only made about $700 per episode back in the 90s. And something else you might not know.
That was my first acting gig.
And that was back
literally my first job.
In 95.
I think I auditioned September of 93. I followed a boy cross country and went to Los Angeles. I was there for about 6 months and I was done and I was ready to go home. And,
Really?
And then I met an acting coach actually, who became my mentor and acting coach for a very long time. And he kind of convinced me to stay. And it was like, I don't know, 2 weeks after that I had my audition for Power Rangers. And I got it, and it was my first audition. I was a gymnast.
Right.
And I think that was really what landed me the role, was the fact that I could flip around and do gymnastics.
Yeah, but you weren't flipping around as a kid with a helmet on and, you know, the pink suit and all.
No, but it was spandex. Let me tell you, when we went off to do the movie in Australia and the suits were probably 70 pounds and different and not spandex, we all really missed our spandex. Can I just say that we did our own stunts with the helmets on until me and David Yost, who played Billy, realized that it was so hard to breathe in there. There was like 3 holes to breathe, and I'm like, we can't do this. So then we did have stunt doubles. But all the stuff that we did when we were civilians, we did.
How often are you and the Power Ranger family still in touch? Who do you stay in touch with?
So David Yost is like family to me. We talk a lot. Yeah, my daughter, you know, he's Uncle Yost.
Oh.
Yeah, we're very, very close. And then I talk to Walter, and I see Johnny Young Bosch, and I see them at the conventions.
Yeah.
And then I was super close with JDF, who passed away almost 2 years ago now, which is crazy. We were very close, and I'm really close with his daughter, Jenna.
The tight-knit circle has weathered several tragedies. Jason David Frank, who played the Green Power Ranger and Amy Jo's love interest, took his own life in 2022. Thuy Trang, the original Yellow Power Ranger, died in a car accident in 2001. Both are honored in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers: The Return, a comic book series Amy Jo co-created.
We wrote a 4-part saga about what if the original Rangers had stayed together? Where would they be now? And so it's sort of my love letter to the franchise and to the characters that we all played. I wrote it with my boyfriend, Matt Hudson.
I know. Was he a Power Rangers fan?
No, he was a Ninja Turtles fan. 'Cause that would be creepy if he was a Power Rangers fan. But he's younger than me. He's just turning 40.
Oh, good girl.
I'm very proud of it.
Would you have ever thought that you would have been a comic book author?
No.
I mean...
No, my boyfriend has changed my life.
Ooh.
Anyway.
I want to take you down back to, well, take you down memory lane. We've got a little E.T. clip for you because, of course, E.T. was on the set of Power Rangers.
Oh, yeah. Just fighting putties.
You got it going on, girl.
My character is materialistic, very into her looks.
It's so funny.
I mean, as actors, you know, we've always wanted to do movies.
It's a foot in the door.
So, you know, it's like a big you know, so we're excited.
Oh boy.
How cute are y'all?
That's so funny. Looking back on that, it's like, I remember being terrified of interviews.
Really?
I had such terrible nightmares after. I realized, oh my God, I don't really want to be famous.
You realized it after...
Right at the, sort of the beginning of the whole thing taking off, it terrified me. It really, really terrified me.
What about celebrity and being famous terrified you?
Well, I think it was more of worrying about what comes out of my mouth or worrying what other people are thinking of me. I think it was more of an insecurity in that way, which was probably, well, not to get too personal, but was probably like one of the biggest journeys of my life is figuring out how to let go of what people think of me and finding, you know, my own voice and not worrying so much. That's why I left Los Angeles when I turned 35 and I moved my entire life to Canada.
The 54-year-old has lived in Canada for almost 2 decades. But before she left Hollywood in the rear view,
Another moment that sticks with a lot of millennials is Susie Q.
Susie Q.
Jeepers, you scared me.
Oh my God. I have so many people come up to me and are like, I want to watch Susie Q, I want to watch. And I had a blast shooting it. We shot it in Vancouver. It was such a cool, fun experience.
Another beloved series that you starred in, Felicity.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you got the part where you were?
You know, the auditioning process goes through like so many different auditions that it's really kind of anticlimactic.
I know it's just college, but it's sort of terrifying, isn't it?
It was a great job. What's going through my head right now is at the same time my mother was sick. And so it was this real dichotomy that was happening in my life where it was the best thing ever. I landed the coolest gig at the same time losing my mom. So I was on the show for 2 years, and again, I asked to leave because at that time, I was really, I think I just needed to go grieve. I just wasn't grounded. My head wasn't there. And in hindsight, it's the only thing that I would say, I don't regret that decision, but if I could go back, I would have like kicked myself. And said, what are you doing, you idiot?
How much would you like to see that show revisited in some sort of capacity?
You know, I hear the conversations sometimes of like, you know, what if there was like a reunion and it would be fun. I would be totally into it.
Yeah.
A reboot, I don't know. I can't imagine Felicity doing a reboot. Maybe like a reunion? I don't know.
But you would be game? You'd be game?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
I mean, I say that, but I mean, I kind of took off the acting hat, didn't I?
But honey, you know, I know that hat's real close.
In a nutshell, in the last 10 years, I fully have switched gears to writing and directing. So I've written and I directed 4 short films, 2 feature films. The last one went to TIFF and starred Felicity Huffman. It's called Tammy's Always Dying.
Amy Jo also has another comic book in the works, and she's a musician. She dropped 3 new songs, including Still Here in October.
And now you have your own daughter. She's turning 16.
Yep.
Francesca's her name,
Francesca,
right? Oh, beautiful. What does your now 16-year-old daughter make of Mama being the Pink Power Ranger? Does she care? Was she
no. No, I showed her the show maybe a long time ago. Maybe when she was 5, she thought it was kind of fun for a second.
Does she aspire to get into this business?
No, she's a math girl. She likes math and science. We watched an episode of Felicity, and she made fun of my voice. Well, she didn't make fun of my voice, but actually I made fun of my voice. I realized I used to have this thing where, let me see if I can do it. I don't know, I would like talk like this. And my boyfriend's like, that's really hot. I really like that. So anyway,
so it's stuck
change this
for a bit.
Oh my God, that is so embarrassing.
Before we leave you, I was just curious, do you have a message to your fans?
Having the fans or people who grew up with me and rooting for me in this new way is so special and so amazing to have that support, because these little films that I make at this point in my career, they give them a life. So I guess thank you for inspiring me to keep creating and writing and directing.